We're going again. If anybody saw the last stream, no, you did not. We are welcome back to RPL Tier 2. We had a miscommunication because somebody left it on Las Vegas. We are not in Las Vegas. We are on the completely other side of the world. We're in Imola for Tier 2, Round 8. And a champion, well, Reese could be eliminated. But we're going to go over those stats right now. For Reese to be eliminated by the Australian Night Owl, well, Night Owl first has to win the race, with Reese finishing P4 or below, and that is, of course, with Night Owl finishing with the fastest lap. If he doesn't, well, Reese can finish P5 and below with the fastest lap. If he gets second, Reese can finish P7 or below. That's what he has to do in order to maintain it. If he finishes P3, Reese must finish P9 or worse. If not, P4 with fastest lap and Reese gets no points. And that is what could happen. It's all to play for. It's all going to go down. We are ready for Imola. Ryan Searles needs another invite. And he is disconnected again, so I have no idea what's going on with Ryan. But as we're trying to get the lobby situated as well, George is having problems with his game. So, L. Big L's in the chat as I have to relaunch my Twitch. Everything is just going kaput today. I can promise everything will be situated as we approach the start of the race. Commentators. Give me 1 second. Try to get Ryan back in here because it gave him a disconnected glitch. And now he is back, so we have fixed the problem.
There we go. We should be
Had
good.
to make a different party to do so.
Yeah, so Imola, as you said it, round 8, closing in at the end of the season and of the game cycle as well, Faded. I can't wait. I'm sure you can't wait as well. But you mentioned the drivers. Also importantly, we still have a constructors race on between Red Bull and Ferrari. Two teams that
Yes.
currently are going toe-to-toe for the drivers' championship, technically, in Tier 3, but more importantly, the constructors. So yeah, it should be very interesting whatever happens tonight. More importantly, the drivers could be won, but constructors would not be won tonight. However, it just makes the race into Saudi Arabia, our season finale, more interesting, especially at a track with Imola, a track a lot of drivers complain about track limits because this track is much more stricter than prior games with track limits. So yeah, this should be a fun one. And yeah, the party issues should be fixed. Because you had well, at first it was me who disconnected, then it disconnected you as well. So yeah, bar with us having issues, but yeah, Faded, it's going to be a good one, and I cannot wait for the action around Imola in this event tonight. Of course, you know, you mentioned the Drivers' Championship, the Constructors' Championship, just as important. Red Bull and Ferrari seem to always have some sort of rivalry going on in RPL, whether that's from the past days. I mean, you look at Gecko and Cookie more recently to start this game cycle with how it went, but now both teams are racing for the constructors title as well in Tier 2 and Tier 3. And well, those two teams finished 1, 2, 3, and 4, maybe 6 it'll be, in Tier 3 yesterday. So yeah, always a good rivalry to look out for. And well, we'll have it continue again tonight, as you know it.
Indeed, Ferrari v Red Bull. Battle's been cooking, you know, in real life F1 as well as here in RPL. The gap between our two championship protagonists, Night Owl Reese Dainty, separated by 40. Torn Penguin, don't count him out of the battle. He is 4 points behind Reese Dainty and could upset, a lot of people. It is March. A lot of upsets have been happening in the month of March. I mean, if you look at March Madness and what is going on, there is 0.033% of perfect brackets remaining.
You know what? If you were to script this tier 2 season, as well as probably this whole RPL game cycle, I'm sure probably a small minority could predict at least 20% of the things that have happened. So, yeah, it has been quite a spectacle, no doubt about it. And coming at the end of the game cycle as well, we have off-season races. So at least drivers will get to race with their new teammates, or maybe not even their new teammates, but race with the drivers in their current tier and say ahead of the new game, all right, if this is just like 24 with how 25 will be, this person might be too fast for the tier. This person might be too slow for the tier. I mean, I hate having that argument or conversation every single week that we tend to have, but at the same time, those off-season races will be a better time to have the argument rather than right now. We seem to have it a lot, and last week faded. It was Mintoki who dominated, and that argument came back up once again. Luckily, not as influenced as it has been in the past, but still, it's always something to look forward to. Who is going to be the best driver in the tier? Because it has been Reese and Night Owl, the most consistent ones this season at the front of our field. However, Torn Penguin stuck his nose in there a few times, winning 2 races. Toki won her first non-Red Bull or Ferrari car to win. But Fusion's been in the fight at certain tracks. Schwartz has too. There's a lot of drivers who have. But now it's going to be a matter of who can put their nose in there in Imola. Because Reese and Night Owl have been the top two in our championship. But as much as we mentioned Reese and Night Owl, Torn Penguin is only just a few points off of teammate Reese Dainty and has a very slim chance still for this championship. So, as always, you can never really count anybody out. And speaking of counting anybody out, I don't want to count Titan out. It's good to have you, Titan. Obviously, he'll be the co-com for tonight, but I figured I would join you guys to open up the stream to kind of keep things going and make sure to give you guys the weather for tonight because there's always a chance of rain for Imola and Faded. No one can compare this tier 1 poll time here from this game cycle because both races here, we had a wet quali.
Yeah, indeed. And if it is wet, then we can compare it pretty well. I mean,
I guess, depending on conditions.
Hopefully it's dry as the dang Sahara, but welcome Titan to the commentary booth as well, the third guy in here.
Oh yeah, good to be here, ready to have some fun.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
congrats on points yesterday, by the way, Titan.
Hey, I was
Well,
actually
8
having
point.
a lot of fun fighting with Gobert, Will, and Mythic. It was actually kind of fun. But then right towards the end, Mythic and Will just decided to just smash over all their ERS, and they just ran off, and I just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, obviously yesterday's race was a big talking point about ERS, and I think tonight will be a big talking point in terms of track limits. This race we ran 2 seasons prior was definitely a big change in the championship for Redfire and George. I think this was the first race George got to qualify for. I believe he got pole. Even if he didn't, he still won by a massive gap. It was 9 seconds. His teammate Foles helped him out. It was this race 2 seasons ago. Night Owl got that first podium on debut in Tier 2. And it was also Red Fire trying to come back from a qualifying ban he had. He had to come from the back of the field, and he only got to finish like 6th or something like that. But he had so many penalties to where he could have finished a lot better, and he didn't. And that may be a talking point between our two championship protagonists tonight. You could add a third in there, like I said, guys, about Penguin, but it will be a big talking point regardless tonight. Track limits, track limits, track limits. The way people see this circuit is you could just dip 2 wheels off and it gives you a penalty. So a lot of the drivers, I'm sure, whether it's their qualifying lap or the race itself, will be taking it extra cautious. Look at RPL Ardell. He's going to hate me for slandering him, but it was this race 2 seasons ago. He got 21 seconds of pens, and he was racing in the Williams. So, yeah, it will be a big talking point tonight, guys. And considering the way Tier 2's grid has been last week, last point spot was up in the air between a Haas, a Sauber, an Alpine, and a McLaren. Well, I'm sure tonight might not be any different with the track limit penalty situation.
Yeah, no, it will not, and especially, let's go back to Tier 3 Season 1 here. I was in the running for P5 battling Valkyrie and EL Mythic, and I received a 3-second penalty that promoted me down to 8th position, so, a little deflator there, but yeah, track limits can catch you out.
Yeah, I mean, it's this race, in that Tier 3 race, it was everybody had a track limit penalty. I would not be surprised to see the same thing happen once again. It was, I think, only 2 or 3 in this recent Tier 3 race we had here had that happen. So no shock if that were to happen. And nice to see a certain Irishman in that Mercedes back tonight, Polo. I want to talk about him. He's missed the last 3 races, I believe. 2 of them he claims inexcusable, but because he slept through it. Weird time to sleep. But yeah, I mean, our races are at 8 UK time. And for Polo, he had things going on the night before, both those 2 times, and slept through it. One of the times he was out of town, so it'll be good to see him back. As some of you may know, he's going to a reserve role next game, and I believe he's changing to wheel. He's been on pad for the longest time. It's nice to see Beatnik in the RB again. He's been getting a lot of P6s recently. That's what he's talked about a lot of P6s. So maybe not a P6 this time in the RB, because he was in the Aston a few weeks ago. Ardell is in the Aston tonight, folks. Josh 433. We didn't have a chance to talk a lot about him. I think this might be his first start in quite a while. He's returning. Biscuit, by the way, if you guys remember last week's race, Netsky, he was in that McLaren full time and then dropped himself once again. So he put Tier 3 point scorer and I believe F2 podium finisher at this circuit. Biscuit in that car to finish the season. Simbad is on loan. And I think that's it in terms of our seats, but we are getting readied up. I'll give you guys the weather when we do get in this session. But yeah, this should be a fun one, as you all know it. And Ferrari's home race, technically. RB's home race. Don't have any Italian drivers in Tier 2. But
No, we do not.
You never know. Maybe someone with Italian descent can win it. And you said March Madness. It's going to get crazy.
Oh, yeah. Scintillating. Who is going to be sweet and elite today? See what I did there?
No. I didn't know what you did there.
Sweet 16, Elite 8.
Oh,
Fair play.
well, if we're thinking of, since there's no Italians, I guess we'll have to go with probably the closest person that is to Imola, and that is the Bosnia and Herzegovinian of Torn Penguin.
Yeah.
Polo sent me a Snapchat 10 minutes ago.
Literally, they just have to cross the Adriatic Sea, and that's basically how to get to Italy, pretty much.
Titan using Google Earth to show us the distance between Bosnia and here in Imola.
I respect
that.
No, I was just good. I was just very good at geography in middle school. I was just very good at it.
Well, yeah.
All right, let's give you the
I'm
weather.
a maps nerd, so shut up.
Dry but overcast.
Here we are, and it is
poor quality. Dry with a clear sky for the race, so no rain as far as I'm aware.
Nice.
Dry and dry. We like that.
I'll let you guys go in a minute, but I do want to give a congrats to our Tier 3 winner yesterday, AJ.
Indeed, back-to-back for him.
Good job.
And
Two
I know there have been
races,
talks about moving him up already.
Yeah, second start, too.
Guy's been on it.
Don't move him up yet.
Don't get me started on that. Hey, I do feel like it does take away from our racing, so I hope we don't have any conversation about that tonight, no matter if we see some good performances.
Indeed, we got some drivers going out now, and Haas is leading the way.
Not me.
That is Josh 433.
There you go.
I'll
let you guys go. Have a good one.
in Azerbaijan.
Alright.
Yep.
Enjoy yourselves.
A one in Azerbaijan, I believe that was a season ago. Haven't talked much about him. Has not made that many starts. Of course, a reserve. Can't make majority of the races. Behind that Haas, Timbed. But another Aston Martin has overtaken him and will be the first to start his lap. RPL Ardell, Canadian driver. Of course, Ryan Searles holding the Canadian flag in honor of nobody but himself.
Maybe he's secretly Canadian.
Dun dun dun.
You know, speaking of, I just joined in a little late. I'm not sure. Have you guys actually mentioned the drivers' championship scenario? That it can be claimed
Yeah,
this
we
week.
have.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I made sure to do that as I opened the stream.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, constructors can't be claimed this week, but I know it can. There's a good chance next week can be.
Yeah, definitely could, as Aston Martin's going to start their lap. And we go on board with Ardell first. As he goes through the gears. Down into fifth gear through the section. He got a little squirrely there, Ardell. That's going to hinder him a lot here, especially how short the lap time is around Imola.
Yeah, very much so. As Ardell currently going through turn 6, I believe that it is, and working his way up through 7 and 8. On up into Aqua Minerale, 11 to 13. Heading up the hill, now heading towards Variante Alta.
Pretty good so far for Ardell. He's going to get on that curbing and invalidate the lap. He's got to let his teammate Timbed through. Timbed backs off as well.
I think Timbed might have invalidated too. Yes, he did. Well,
Yeah.
we move to Josh, who hasn't invalidated. Now heading into the last couple of corners, Veraza, and coming off and finishing off the lap. And we'll see what his benchmark is. The benchmark is 15.2 for Josh.
Not too bad. Not too bad from Josh. J&T starting his laps. Next one should be a Red Bull.
Oh, he invalidated the prior one. That's what he had. But if it counted, it would have been about 200ths behind Josh. And now here's Fusion and Lennon putting it into the 14s. Fusion with a 14.4, Lennon responded with a 14.3. And yeah, I mean, quite a lot of these guys have invalidated their times. And it's in Variante Alta. Variante Alta is a very nasty spot in regards to invalidations and even track limit warnings and penalties. We've seen it many times in RPL's past, whether it's Tier 2 or Tier 1. It is very nasty. Tamburello is another area that's pretty nasty as well. So, I mean, literally, I was about to say, I'm thinking of making a bet on how many drivers are not going to have a track limit penalty by the end of the race. And you know what? I will make my bet now. I'm going to say only 3 people will not have a track limit penalty.
You know what? I'm going to best you there. I'm going to say 2.
Ooh. You evil guy.
I am. Mr. Penguin goes into second place. Ardell in 5th is Rolly, last of the guys who set their laps currently. As Night Owl goes 3rd.
And Torn Penguin
Toki going through Sector 2.
Torn Penguin has a slight advantage, but only just so far in this qualifying. But the evolution can change as the minutes tick down. But yeah, Mintoki heading to Ravaza now to finish her lap. Now, up until last night, her and Valkyrie were a couple of the only females around, and she goes fastest, 14.1. Very solid stuff for her. But yeah, but unfortunately last night I wound up finding it out, and this was at about 9:15 my time, Eastern Standard Time last night. Valkyrie left the RPL. I was a little bummed out seeing that.
Yeah, it's a little sad, you know, her leaving the league racing spectacle. She was always, you know, a wonder to watch. You know, one of those that you can always talk to in RPL. One of, you know, my good friends. But yeah, it's sad to see her leave. You know, hopefully you know, they make their return. RPL's always a revolving door, so I could see her return in the future as Reese Dainty goes to the top of the board, first in the 13s. There's 3 who have not set their lap: Goldman's, J&T, and Polo. And multiple invalidations. Biscuit to second.
And Biscuit about 100th ahead of Mintoki there, but Reese the only one into the 13s, and that is pretty powerful right there. Oh,
Indeed it is. Trying to see if there's any on-track action of people trying to better their laps. Majority of them going to come into the pits. Is Beatnik one of them who does?
Okay, that's not gonna help me. That was rain. There was rain in that one. I'm trying to look at the previous like runnings of this track to see what the qualifying time would be, but unfortunately, the only tier 2 that I saw would have wet qualifying.
Oh, yeah, so we can't really compare, you know, lap times of that, because everything was wet. So J&T and Polo try to get their laps in. Remember, they invalidated, I believe, once or twice already during this session. Polo coming back after a 3-week break. Just trying to, you know, make it happen, and there's another invalidation for Polo.
And that was that of
J&T.
Aqua Minerale. That's where he invalidated.
Yeah, that was a weird spot. His car really stepped out, and the rear wheel was actually what invalidated him there. From the looks of it, J&T looks pretty smooth into here. Keeps it pinned. Sort of jumps the curb, but got it settled. Fastest sector 2, I believe.
Well, this may not be a pretty good comparison for, if possible, but the best comparison I can think of right now is when Tier 3 raced at Imola a few weeks ago. The pole time was done by the Ferrari SV with a 13 set. Wait, is that 13.7 or 13? Oh yeah, 13.7. That's a 13.792 is what his is. So Reese is about 0.2 faster than
Exactly
SV's pole time in Tier 3. Dead exact, yeah. And the top 3 in that one, it was Beatnik with a 14.0 and Jake Bandy with a 14.1. So Biscuit and Mintoki just a smidge bit behind those guys' times. So it could ramp up just a little bit more later.
Yeah, indeed. Speaking of times, J&T goes into 11th. So we're seeing if anybody's trying to better the laps. Lennon is. He just started one. Currently trying to find time. He said after he set that provisional pole time, he said, "Stop the count." And 3 people went ahead of him. Make that 4 as Little Fusion slots himself into 4th. 18 1,000ths separate 2nd and 4th.
Yeah,
Lennon up.
Yeah, poor Mintoki stuck in the middle of a McLaren sandwich.
Lennon up .001. See if he can find more time in that 2nd sector. Finds a little bit.
Not much, only 3 milliseconds. That's sector 2.
Yeah, that's not going to help him as
somebody.
they kick Sauber around.
That's
Goldman's.
That's Goldman's, yeah.
Holy crap. That might have given Lennon a little jump scare. But I think he's okay. Yeah, he is. Lennon to the line. He's going to go. P2. Almost nearly... Oh, actually, yeah, half a second down on Reese.
Yeah, but he did manage to find that time in that 3rd sector, so it looked like... I'm not sure. Maybe Lennon's like, okay, maybe I can find just a little more tuning in the 1st sector and the 2nd sector. Jesus, Penguin! 300s behind.
Sorry, I missed that one. P2 for Torn Penguin. Just off his teammate Reese Dainty by 29 milliseconds there. And you said about tuning. Ryan Searles needs to tune that car a lot better. He's sitting in 15th, nearly 4 seconds off the pace of Reese Dainty. And Polo God is yet to find a time.
Yeah, those invalidations have really been killing. Killing Paulo for sure. But here comes Sterles, and he does improve 1.8 seconds, but he only gained one spot. He goes up into 14th.
Yeah, not what Ryan Searles needs as he backs up to give, I believe that was J&T, the right of way. More people setting their laps as Night Owl's up 2/10. This could put him in that P6 range ahead of Fusion. Or does he have, you know, the third sector that Lennon sort of set to put Lennon in third?
Sure.
Night Owl smooth and sound.
Yeah, championship
He
leader
approaches the line.
heading to finish off his time, and he goes up in there, joins the 13 club.
Indeed, 3 in there, 13.922. Just smidge under 4/10 off Reese Dainty. Well, welcome to the 13 Club, Night Owl. 4 minutes to go. You're seeing laps being set, but more people are going to go on to their outlaps. Mintoki, J&T, Josh, you know, being the 3 on him now as J&T starts his lap. Former Tier 2 champion and, good friend of ours, Mr. J&T. He's commentated on a couple races as well. He has a lot of people, rooting for him today, watching him. Wanted to see him do good again. And he's up 62 milliseconds, J&T.
Okay, I know this is not another good comparison, but just for the hell of it. So Reese's time with that 13.5, he is, let's see. Yeah, his 13.5 is just under 3/10 slower than Leo Lund's Q1 time from last season Imola, and he bested his Q1 time by exactly nearly half a second. And then in Q2 time for that one, the fastest Q2 was a 14.2 done by TB. That just shows how strong the evolution has been for this game cycle.
Yeah, it definitely has. Of course, Leo Lund being that Tier 1 champion, Veloci Academy driver.
And esports driver.
Oh, had to put that in. No, I'm just kidding. But going through Sector 2, Polo God trying to set a lap. This is where he's invalidated multiple times. Doesn't invalidate there. He keeps it clean. Could this be a lap on the charts for Polo God? I believe it could.
Yeah, but is this his third set of his soft tires? Did he use all of his softs trying to get a lap done? Here he comes across the line. It's a 14.3. That puts him right smack dab in the middle in P8.
Yeah, 16 on the grid. P8 for Polo. Rowley has found 2/10. He's at the bottom of the field.
Let's see what he's got as he comes to Sector 2 split. He actually just lost 200.
Oh, and he hopped that curb pretty good there. But that might have unsettled it just a little bit. He's using overtake getting up that hill. Yeah, he's a little bit off. As he goes towards the line, Rowley gonna set it, still in 16th, last of the guys. Who else is trying to find time? Mintoki's invalidated. Does she have enough to go again? I don't think so.
No, minute 15.
Minute 15, she's gotta hurry.
I know all the guys on the outlaps, I believe they will make it in time. Phoenix made it, Ardell, Gold, yeah, they're all gonna make
Ardell
it.
did.
Looks like Josh just moved up to 10th.
Yes, he did. Found 6/10, 14.5 for Josh 433, sitting in 10th now. And J&T is in the pits. He is done. He's going to qualify 13th or worse. And Rowley is backed off into the grass. Meanwhile, everybody trying to get their laps in. There is a queue of people trying to get out of the way. Night Owl's found 4/10, or does he? He slid hard! And he's backed off, that's it.
Well, let him went wide out of turn 5.
Yeah, so this is the Ferrari's over, basically.
Damn.
Torn Penguin has found 68 1,000s. Hold on. Could disrupt Reese Dainty for pole. He's another championship protagonist. He's only 4 behind Reese Dainty.
Yeah, Night Owl's backed off too. But we're looking at Red Bull
Yeah,
1
both
2.
Ferraris are out of it. It's a Red Bull 1-2, but which way? Penguin's top!
Reese is about to... He demoed it.
Flip it back! Flip-flop it back! Reese Dainty on pole! Currently, as it stands. But it doesn't look like much people have a say. Lyra Fusion's up, but not that much. He's only up 18 milliseconds.
See what he's got for the sector 2 as he comes up. He finds an additional 24 milliseconds more. But unfortunately, all that's going to do is going to have him overtake Mintoki. Let's see what he's got in this final sector. Can he get a little further? Can he maybe smack Lemon out of P4 perhaps? Here he comes out and onto the final corner. Oh, he ran out of fuel!
Oh no!
He ran out of fuel at the pit entrance. Oh, damn.
So that's going to be Reese Dainty on pole position. Once again this season, and it's in Imola. Red Bull 1-2 after the Ferrari mishap that sees them 3-4. Then it's Biscuit, Mintoki, Lyra Fusion, Polo, Beatnik, Timbed rounding out the top 10. Ardell, Josh, Goldman, J&T, Ryan Searles, Rowley finishing out, the 16 here. What a qualifying. That was intense.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Uh-oh, we just lost Penguin.
Oh, I will get him back as soon as I can.
Yeah, I got him too. I'll get him too.
Alright. Yep. But Reese on pole. There's the grid for ya. Reese, Torn Penguin, 1-2. And the rest will follow suit. As we get ready for racing in Imola in just a couple minutes here.
And oh man.
Indeed, indeed. As it's dry and clear for the race. We're just waiting on people to, tweak some things to their strategies, get them all right.
Whatever strategy that Penguin's gonna be having. Penguin's gonna be stuck with the default strategy and also way too much fuel. He's in trouble.
Indeed. He lagged out Gonna have to get back in, but he's gonna be on a terrible strategy. That's gonna put him out of this race. He starts second. He's gonna have to do recovery from lap 1, basically,
Damn.
to try and salvage the lag out. We see this out. Chat, while we are getting the race, trying to get started, trying to get drivers back in here, give us your predictions of who might win this race in chat below. Polo God washed is my prediction. There you go. Yeah. P1 Reese, P2 Night Owl, P3 Lennon. That is how I kind of see it, yeah. Netsky Slander. No. Shorts has it. Ryan, Night Owl, Reese. Ardell disqualification. Possibly. I think we just do it right here, right now.
Reese banned mid-race, my prediction.
Admins, if you are watching this, please do not take this to faint of heart. We are only joking. This is a joke.
Apparently the field will be ready once Torn Penguin has returned back to the session. But I think honestly, the way that this has been going, the race has been going on, I'm actually agreeing with Cyril saying that Reese is going to probably win the race. But who I think is going to get second and third? I think it's going to be a toss. I think it will be a slight toss-up, but I think Night Owl could sneak his way into third. But second is going to be up in the air between a couple of people like Lennon or Torn Penguin when he gets back.
I could even argue for
No,
I was gonna say AR Biscuit. I was gonna say Biscuit. Yeah, I mean, we saw the qualifying pace of Biscuit early on, but I definitely think the race place could play a huge factor. And I'm going for an underdog here. So we're waiting on Torn Penguin to join back the lobby.
There he is.
And he is here, and we will start as soon as he gets his car. Ardell is impatient, saying, "Can we go as soon as he's joined?"
Technically, Penguin can't take control of his car until after lights out.
Oh.
Yeah, so Penguin is probably gonna lose probably at least half a dozen positions before he finally gets it.
And George has said, "We must go, can't just wait on one person." So that's a rule from an admin. And Goldman's has said, Penguin leaving has allowed him to play Spotify in his ear. 25 seconds until race start. And he has put on Don Tolliver. What a music choice for Goldman's here.
Well, here's a little bit of a joke. Rolly last to first. I kind of doubt that, unfortunately.
He's going to do the roly-poly-oly, and he's going to win. But as the lights go on, 3, 4, 5. Torn Penguin still in AI. He's got to take control of his lights out, and away we go. Here in Imola. as Torn Penguin's AI is actually taking the lead of this race.
Well, now he's in
And
control.
he's back in control. Oh my God!
Contact.
This is safe. Contact in the back. Beatnik and Polo swapping places. A lot is swapped here. We're going to look at that.
In the turn 2 with Reese and Night Owl. Night Owl got a little shafted away, but oh my goodness, even in AI, Torn Penguin had a blazing start. That was gorgeous.
Give it to the EA gods. Penguin is ahead of his Red Bull teammate Reese Dainty at this current rate.
Contact and a way back. Little touch between Seals and Rolly. Rolly goes drifting and crashes. Heavy damage on him.
That is... Oh yeah, front wing looks to be gone on Rolly's car. Yeah, left side of it gone.
Right out of
So we look at the tires now. 5 on hard tires. Lennon, Fusion, Polo, J&T, and Searles. As Reese Dainty back in front by 0.6 of a second. As we end lap 1.
Yanks of Rivasa just saw Fusion get a little squirrely on the exit on the rear, and Mintoki was about ready to pounce and take advantage, but unfortunately couldn't get an opportunity.
Rolly in the pits to repair the wing damage to his car as Little Fusion getting closer to the back of Lennon. Josh and Goldman's going at it. That's a swap for 12th. Josh 433 back in front of Goldman's. But Reese Dainty has already gapped Torn Penguin of a second. Penguin not going to have the advantage of DRS at this current rate. He's just outside of it. A long train of cars following suit.
Yeah, pretty much a mega DRS train from Torn Penguin all the way down to G&T, with Mintoki at risk of potentially getting booted out of the train via Fusion, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to go on board on my POV. I'm going to go on board with Night Owl. I'm thinking he might go for an attack on Torn Penguin.
Yeah, and he's looking for it. Night Owl goes to his left side, and Night Owl is clear of Torn Penguin into second.
Biscuit follows.
Biscuit through. Wow. Spotting a neon pink helmet on top of Biscuit. That is a really nice helmet design there.
Hey, Biscuit is risking it for the biscuit, as we would say. He's up in the third. Very solid stuff on his end.
So if I have to quote the band Limp Bizkit, of course, pun intended there, he did it all for the nookie.
What the hell? That's new to me. That's new to me, and I've heard a couple of Limp Bizkit songs.
All standing pretty stagnant right here. Not many looking for an overtaking opportunity. Reese out to a 1.2 second gap. As Goldman's gets back at Josh for the 12th position. King Sauber versus Haas. Academy teammates Goldman through. That Don Tolliver fueling him currently.
And Biscuit making a move
Biscuit
against Night Owl. Up in a second he goes.
And he is rolling.
Yes, indeed.
Into second place.
And, you know, looking at it, you know, it's right at the early stage of this race. With we're looking at the live championship results as Rolly gets himself into the penalty box. The championship standings live as it stands right now. So Reese right now is going to be 29 points behind Night Owl right now, and Torn Penguin is actually going to be going to Torn Penguin is going to be 47 behind Night Owl.
Yeah, so Penguin, where he's standing right now, would just continue to lose positions while Reese Dainty making, you know, the best of this situation right here of that Red Bull mishap in qualifying. With Biscuit sandwiching, you know, both Reese and Night Owl, I think Reese is just praying that he stays there at this point.
We'll see what happens here because the straight line speed of Night Owl just makes easy work of Biscuit and gets himself back into second place now. Looks like Fusion tried a little further back. Fusion tried to eyeball Lennon to get himself into the 5th place spot, but not close enough to make the move to go for the attack.
Yeah, no. Sticks behind. Smart move there for Leo Fusion as he remains in 6th place. Trying to see if there's any battles going on. The closest thing I'm seeing is Fusion behind Lennon, getting squirrely. He's going to move to his right-hand side, look for the move. Nothing gaining.
Well, he's still putting out that pressure on Lennon. And him putting the pressure could possibly have Lennon switch his focus to focusing on Fusion. And if he stays too much focus, as now Josh is into the penalty box out of Variante Alta. But yeah, if Lennon is focusing on Fusion behind and thinking he may attack, Lennon will actually lose sight of Torn Penguin, and Biscuit in the background gets past Night Owl again, and looks like Lennon is not looking to try to make a game to see if he can get past Penguin.
No, but hard tires will come into play as soon as those mediums die off. Goldman's penalty, and he's fallen off the order as he spun it.
Yeah. Just on the exit of Tamburello.
Yeah, and that's caught, multiple drivers out in the pass there as he gets it refired. Never mind. He is doing donuts.
Well, it is medium traction control, so probably his rear tires are fried to hell.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. You've seen multiple drivers trying to learn.
Oh!
Oh, no!
That's out of Alta.
Oh. Reese Dainty into the penalty box, and that shocks everybody in the broadcast booth. As Biscuit is net P1 at this point. I told you I wanted an upset. It is March, and we are seeing March Madness right here going on. Josh, another penalty, puts him at 6. So we look at the live penalty standing scores. Reese with a 3, Josh with a 6, Goldman's and Rowley with a 3. It's J&T is past Josh, going in the 12th. Go on, J&T. Ardell now.
Ardell into the penalty box? Dang.
Oh my goodness. Imola is penalty fest, but on lap 7, 5 of them, a handful, have penalties at this moment. Goldman's in the pits.
And speaking of track limits, I took a peek at the rest of the top 5. Biscuit and Torn Penguin have 2 each. One more, and they're at their penalty. Oh, Goldman's is out.
Yeah, retired in the pits.
Okay. But yeah, Biscuit and Penguin have 2 track limit warnings. If they get one more, they're in the penalty box. Night Owl has 1, which he got the lap prior, lap 6. But Lennon doesn't have any right now.
Lennon keeping it clean, making sure he's off of that curbing as much as he can. Is Biscuit going to go at Night Owl one more time? Last ditch effort. They were almost 3 wide there as Lennon gets ahead of his teammate. Wow. Smart. Will pay off beating ahead of Little Fusion.
Oh, Biscuit in it.
Penalty. Oh.
Right in the middle of Tamburello.
Lennon at P1 at this moment. Rowley another penalty, puts him at 6.
Same with Josh.
Holy. It's all kicking off.
Oh, yes.
And pretty much I will say that's a little bit of commentator curse for Biscuit, because I did say I wanted him to win.
Well, I just noticed that. I thought it was just me, but yeah, looks like a couple of moments, just for a split second. Night Owl is having a little bit of lag problems, but they're just for a split second.
Yeah, so we'll have to watch that a little bit. one of the admins. Hopefully George makes sure to monitor that as much as he can. But he's got to monitor the rest of this race. 3-4 Ferrari runs currently. It's the Mercedes running 8-9. You never usually see Mintoki running this low, but here it's caught her out as Lennon into second now. Torn Penguin ahead of Night Owl. Night Owl slipping to fifth as that gap to the championship just becoming a little bit shorter.
Yeah, very much so. So now Reese is now going to be gaining 16 points over Night Owl at this moment. So that's going to put him 24 points behind Night Owl in the Drivers' Championship as it stands right now. And Penguin, if he stays out of trouble, he'll be 42 points behind. Well, this is before the track limit penalties get applied for these. But Torn Penguin will go up at the moment. Will go up in the third, so he'll get 5 over Night Owl. So that'll put him 39 points behind. Reese right now is going to possibly, if the race ends now, Reese will only lose the win to Lennon, and that's it.
Yeah, he would still maximize the points for the day over Night Owl, but we were talking about penalties. Polo received one.
Yes.
Down at 9th. It's Fusion ahead of Beatnik for 6th.
Hey, you gotta give fair credit to Beatnik hanging on in there in that V carb, just fighting with some of the top guys up at the front. As looks like that's Josh. Josh just spun out at the exit Tamburello.
Yeah, and those Haas drivers have not been doing well today. They've been running 13th, 14th. Josh was battling for 12th with Goldman's there. Goldman's out of the race. Josh still trying to hang on.
Well, don't forget, Cyril's is a Tier 3 driver racing in Tier 2, so that kind of experience does come into play.
Right, he got 4th yesterday. Trying to make his name in both tiers. And he's just got to get more time.
Speaking of making a name and all that stuff, Fusion is all over the back end of Night Owl. I'm thinking maybe Fusion could go for a shot to get himself in the 5th. As actually, Night Owl's in the pits. It's the first
lap 11 and he's pitting. Wow. I'm a little bit surprised at that one. He's going to go on the hard tire to the end of this race. Maybe.
Yeah, so now with Night Owl in, this is going to be a notice to the cars ahead of him. So Reese, Biscuit, and Penguin, they now sense on Night Owl going into the pits, and they are probably going to be very likely to respond within the next lap or two.
Yeah, indeed they will. Of course, Night Owl did 9 or so laps on those tires. I just think that was a early pit stop in my book. Ardell, another penalty. He's there in 9th. He's got 6 seconds worth. Would demote him down to 11th as things stand. Fusion all over the back of Torn Penguin here.
Although with his 3-second, he'll still stay 8th regardless.
Exactly, with Ardell 6.
Reese is staying out. Biscuit is staying out. Torn Penguin is responding.
Oh.
And
Interesting.
Beatnik and Ardell in too.
So, are they going for a one-stop to the end? Or are they going 2?
We'll have to wait and see. Let's see if Penguin responded enough to get there. Oh, Fusion in the penalty box now.
Oh.
Here it comes.
With a 3-second.
Here they come, and Night Owl gets Penguin. In fact, Beatnik got Penguin.
Wow. What a pit strategy for Beatnik. He's in the fight now. Oh boy.
Well, don't forget, Red Bull Academy team orders will probably go into effect, so probably Beatnik will stay ahead of Torn Penguin, or maybe not. I was going to say he was going to wait till
No.
DRS and let Penguin through, but Beatnik was like, nah, I'm not going to hold you up too much further. Go ahead.
Smart move there for Beatnik as they swapped for 11th. Lennon to the lead as Reese and Biscuit pit. Fusion and Lennon stay out, as well as Polo. Polo in third.
They are on hard
Stop
tires.
the count.
And the remaining people on the mediums, Timbed and Josh, are in as well.
Exactly, so they're all switching to the hard tire as it stands right now. Searle's running in fifth. Still yet to pit, though.
Mentoki in the penalty box.
Oh, 3-second penalty from warnings. Mentoki having a nightmare day. It's only getting worse.
Looks like Reese and Biscuit have managed to stay ahead of Night Owl. But Biscuit it's pretty close between Biscuit and Night Owl right now.
It is.
But still, Biscuit does have that penalty though, so that's going to hurt him once this race is over. But he's basically, I think in Biscuit's case, if he really wants to see if he can maintain his positions, he's just got to hope Penguin, Beatnik, and Night Owl get penalties.
Exactly. Was Reese and Biscuit in the 3-second club. Night Owl, Penguin beating 0 penalties, but I believe some of them have warnings to their name.
And Night Owl,
Fusion.
Night Owl just
top 5 stay out.
Yeah, top 5 still remaining out there. Night Owl has been on a second track limit warning since lap 7. Penguin in the penalty box.
Oh no. So that deflates them. As Night Owl threw on Biscuit.
Night Owl hit on Biscuit. Now he's going to be turned loose and try to chase down Reese. He's on 3-lap hard tires, so those hard tires are ready to go. And Reese is
Speaking of Ryan and Reese. Oh my goodness, bumping and banging between Reese Dainty and Ryan Searles. Not liking each other. Is Ryan giving him a bump in the rear. Oh no, this is naughty stuff.
Where does this come from? Where is this from him?
This is intensity from Ryan Searles.
I love it. That's funny.
Wow. Yeah, but I think it's just a heated battle between those two. I wonder what that is about. Polo out of Fusion. Battle on track for second. Of course, when it's all said and done, they're gonna cycle out of those positions. But let the boys fight in the front.
Yeah, very much so. Let the lads fight. And
indeed, Biscuit back ahead of Night Owl.
Biscuit ahead of Night Owl there. Very, very fun stuff in that regard. And well, this is interesting.
What's up?
Well, he's gonna have to be very careful because Reese is 1 warning away from going to 6 seconds of penalties.
Oh no. Biscuit ahead of Ryan Searles as he lets both Biscuit and Night Owl through. Good job, Ryan.
I'm willing to bet you once Penguin shows up, Searles is gonna be an annoying roadblock to him.
I believe this is Ferrari Academy Games that is coming into effect. Whether Minico, Night Owl, or Invade is telling him to do these things. This is sort of mind games from Ferrari Academy here. Putting out one of those backmarker guys. You're putting Searles in this position to be Sergio Perez at this point.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Just before the entrance of Tamburello, we just saw Fusion get past Polo, and in the same sense, Night Owl gets by Biscuit to get himself back into P6.
Night Owl through. Of course, no penalties just yet. 2.6 odd back to Reese Dainty, as those hard runners have not pit yet. Still 15 laps on those tires. Lennon, Fusion, Polo, and Jackson Traeger. Of course, J&T.
Yep.
Same thing.
I think the guys that started on the hards will probably be seeing them within the next probably within the next 5 to 8 laps. That's when we'll probably be seeing them in.
Indeed, Reese doing the fastest Sector 2 currently.
Yeah.
That's Ryan Searles holding up this train of Torn Penguin and Beatnik, and don't include include Ardell into that.
Yeah, but Ardell does have 9 seconds of penalty, so he's pretty much not even going to be a bit of a problematic in the fight. But Penguin, he's got the overtake on. Cyril's doing the defense, but nope. Everybody gets
Lets them
by
all
him.
through. Lets them all through.
Whoa! Penguin almost
He tried
slid
his
it.
best he could.
And the brake is on turn two. Penguin just did a little slide. Looked like that right rear got into the grass just a tiny bit.
Indeed, but remains in 8th. It's Biscuit 3 seconds back on Reese Dainty. Of course, Reese Dainty in penalty risks situation of going for 6. So at this current rate, if Reese gets another penalty, Biscuit is in striking distance for a potential win of this race.
He just got over 3 seconds on Biscuit, but that'll actually put Night Owl back in it.
Right.
Because Night Owl doesn't have a penalty yet, and he's right now 4.5 seconds behind Reese right now.
Josh, another penalty down there in 14th. As Biscuit fastest lap, 16-0 on those hard tires.
That's
17 laps
nice
on those
lap
hard
there.
tires. And they're still going. Mintoki and Ryan Searles trading places. Friendly gesture. Friends of each other. And Mintoki ahead. We stay ahead at the front. Lennon still making sure to add laps led into his RPL stats. He's adding them on. It's lap 18, and he is still not in the penalty, or not in the pits yet. Reese, a penalty! Oh my goodness!
Damn! All that.
Biscuit is 2/10 away from that P1 at this rate. Lennon in the pits. They all respond to it. They all know what's at stake.
And the hard
It's all
tire
four
guys
to
are
win.
in.
Yeah, for the medium, they're going to have an advantage in terms of pace. But they're going to cycle as Reese cycles to the lead. But Biscuit, 4/10 off of that in terms of where the penalties stand. But it is game on.
And looking at it right now with four of the 5 hard tire guys that came in, Lennon is out on 4th. And Fusion into the penalty box again. Paulo is down in 9th. J&T in the 12th, and Fusion down in 13th.
Oh, that is not what you want to see from a Tier 3 champion.
Yeah, especially since McLaren is at risk of getting eliminated from Constructors' Championship contention.
Yeah, you got Ron running in 2nd. Potential look at the win, but he's fading fast. But he is keeping Night Owl out of contention of winning. Night Owl's 6.3 back on Reese. As things stand.
So Reese will still maintain the win, but Night Owl will go for second as way in the back. Fusion gets past G&T, get himself in the 12th. But bear in mind, oh, he's not waiting anymore. He gets past Cyril's 2 for 1 on that straight. But fortunately, like I said, bear in mind, Fusion has 6 seconds of penalty, so he really needs to pull a gap if he really wants to go for get a points finish here.
J&T chasing Ryan Searles. He's going to go for it. Searles cuts the door off, and J&T ahead of Searles. Friends turn into frenemies, maybe enemies. I'm just making up raps here at this point. Don't call me Eminem. I'm not that white. But, yeah. J&T out of Ryan Searles as Little Fusion goes into 10th. Passing the German of Timbed.
Yeah, Fusion getting past Timbed to get himself into the points, but in order to keep those points, he needs to pull a 6-second gap over the guys behind the Timbed and J&T, because Searles has still yet to pit. As Fusion gets himself the fastest lap now over his teammate of Biscuit.
Wow. So, pretty much playing a little bit of the, you set the fastest lap. Yeah, now it's my turn at it. But Sacred Silence has just put in the chat, Lennon will win this on track, surely. Well, there is a possibility he's just past Night Owl. So it is game on for Lennon at this point. If he could win it on track or win it on penalties. It's out Ferrari's case.
8.7 seconds to gap between Lennon and Reese. And just taking a look at Lennon, he just got his second track limit warning.
Oh.
So Lennon is 1 away from a penalty right now.
Wow. He's 8.8 off the lead of Reese Dainty, of course. Reese with 6 seconds of penalties.
And the thing that's a little wild is that Night Owl and Beatnik, they've both been on track limit warning number 2 since lap 7. That's how long they've been sitting at that close to the edge. And Penguin, by the way, just cleared Beatnik to get himself in a 5th. And Cyril's
J&T out of Timbed. Yep, 21 laps on those hard tires for Ryan. Finally deciding to put on, I believe, the medium tire. Yes. Medium's on for Ryan. Lap 22 and Reese out in front by 5.3.
Yeah, so Reese ahead of Biscuit by 5.3. As you mentioned it, Lennon is currently about 9 seconds behind Reese. So Lennon is actually losing ground as now Timbed is now joins the penalty box. Now 5 are left.
Wow. That 5 being Lennon, Night Owl, Beatnik, J&T, and Ryan Searles. That is a great 5 to have outside of that.
I'm actually curious about what the times. Just want to take a peek here. Yeah, Reese's last lap, a 16.6 was the last lap that he had. Lennon, a 16.9. So Reese about 3/10 ahead faster than Lennon on that last lap. Now J&T into the penalty box, down to 4.
Make it 4 left without penalties. J&T in 11th has it now. And there's his chance at points potentially in the rear now.
Not quite, because J&T only has 3, but Fusion has 6. So that means Fusion just needs just 1.4 seconds gap to G&T in order to keep that 10th place.
Indeed, Reese Dainty still leading this race by 6 seconds over Biscuit. As we go to lap 24, 9 laps to go as Rolly is lagged out.
Yeah, but he is in last place, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to get him because I don't think I have him added.
Yeah, he's on PlayStation. I will check myself, see what I can do, but I don't believe I do as well.
Yeah, I don't on my end.
No.
Whoa, Beatnik just had a nasty lag spike in front of Polo.
Oh, it's not good for what Polis says. As Beatnik continues to have those lag spikes.
Yeah, he's having them in the corners, because he had it right in the middle of Tamarillo, and then in the very next chicane he had it happen again.
He did say at times, you know, he's had multiple people on his internet, and the internet's not been quite stable. But yeah, hopefully that can get sorted as soon as possible. Josh back into the penalty, or sorry, adding on to his penalty collection. He's at 15. His Biscuit has left the session. Uh-oh. And I don't have him added, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't have him either.
Uh-oh, and
His
AI's taken. Oh no! Oh.
Wait, did Biscuit lag too?
Yeah, he's the one that lagged out.
Biscuit lag too? You're kidding.
Yeah, he's the one that I just mentioned lagged out,
Oh,
as well as Rolly.
Jesus.
Oh man. And his AI pitted him. And that is pretty much race over for Biscuit. You've got to be kidding me.
And I think, unfortunately, that is probably going to be the end of... That's going to be McLaren eliminated from contention.
Yeah, bye-bye McLaren in terms of the constructors' standings. Shorts, there's the penalty times for you. So I will switch back to, what I was normally on. Lap 25 coming to an end as we come to lap 26. 10 seconds out in front. Reese Dainty out of Lennon. As it could just be a smooth sailing Reese Dainty win as it stands in 7 laps time.
Looks like Polo might be making a move on Beatnik. But Beatnik's still lagging again. A little bit of lagging around again. And
side by
Polo
side.
trying inside, looking for a shot. Ghosting inside him. And that's because of the lag. Unfortunately, Beatnik just trying. But unfortunately, Polo just can't seem to get it done as Beatnik's still lagging like a motherfucker.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, but at this rate, Beatnik can finish 4th.
That is
Holy
true.
cow.
Now, speaking about the penalties, by the way, Fusion has gap G&T, so he'll be keeping P9. And Fusion still does have the fastest lap, so Fusion will be getting at least, right now, 3 points total. Wait a minute, no, he can get more because I forgot about Ardell, because Ardell's got 9 seconds, and Fusion's 1.5 seconds behind him. So Fusion will go up to P8. Mintoki just got himself another one. That puts it in 6.
Oh. The nightmare day continues for Mintoki. She is in 7th. She was all the way back there, until those boys in front pitted. Lap 27, race out front 10.2. As it stands, as Beatnik getting swallowed up by the Mercedes. Mintoki and Polo get ahead of him. Zardell's just watching it unfold. Mintoki into 5th, Polo into 6th. It's all kicking off as the laps tick away. Reese gapping Lennon by 0.2 more. It's now 10.3, 10.4 in some corners. Laps are ticking down.
Yeah, I think Reese has pretty much gapped it in regards to this. So Reese even with those penalties, he'll wind up winning by over 4 seconds with those times factored in. But yeah, literally, it's towards the back. It's now a little further back of the field, like with Mintoki trying to chase Penguin down to try to stay within DRS of him, and see if she could try something, possibly. Polo as well. Don't forget about Polo. So maybe if the Mercedes wind up working together, they'll say, "Hey, let's catch up to Penguin. Try to get him a little too. Try to be as close as we can, and then since Polo, I believe, has just 3 seconds. Yes, he does. As well, since Penguin has three and Polo has three, probably Mintoki will be like, "Hey, Polo, just get by me. Try to go for a shot to get past both me and Penguin, and bada bing, bada boom." And oh,
Caution out.
Cyril's just
Ryan Searles.
yep, Cyril's spun in Variante Alta.
Oh, that is not good. Ryan Searles running in 14th behind AR Biscuit. And, he has no penalties, but nightmare day continues for Ryan Searles. He's on the verge of being lapped by Reese Dainty.
Yeah, Cyril's risking to get lapped, and actually he will be.
Wow. Ryan Searles put a lap down as he goes on the soft tire.
He's going to steal fastest
for the fastest lap.
I think.
Oh boy.
Fusion just got Ardell.
Fusion out of Ardell. Mintoki had a Penguin.
And Polo
Tim had another penalty. Wow. Mercedes duo working in tandem perfectly.
And let's see. So taking a look at the live championship standings as it stands right now, Reese will be gaining just 10 points to Night Owl, so that will put him 30 points behind Night Owl in the championship standings. And Torn Penguin, at this moment, he will be down in P7, which will only give him 6 points, which means right now, at this present moment live, Penguin could and is likely to get eliminated from Drivers' Championship contention.
That would mean only 2 would be in play, and it would no longer be the trio, the 3 amigos battling for the championship. Lap 30, 3 to go.
All over the back of Beatnik.
Oh, brother. And Fusion has overtaken Beatnik for 7th.
Well, now Penguin's gonna be checking himself for the brown stuff. Fusion's coming, and he's coming hard.
Whoa! Yeah, and stealing the words of Anthony Alfredo, I think Little Fusion needs a dude wipe after that one. Holy cow!
Yeah, he was like almost 9/10 behind Torn Penguin when they cross the start finish line, and now he is like under 3/10 behind Penguin, and both of them have Fusion has 6 seconds. So if Fusion can get by Penguin, he just needs to gap him, and there's only 2 to go when he comes across.
2 laps to go. 11 seconds separate Reese Dainty and Lennon. With Night Owl half a second back, you would think the Ferraris would swap to allow Night Owl to not lose as many points to Reese.
Well, Penguin just gets past Polo. Polo trying to fight. Oh, contact!
Whoa! Polo in the wall as it's all kicking off. The aggression levels with 2 to go have kicked in. And Polo. Wow.
Yeah, Polo and Torn Penguin were side by side. Penguin was slightly ahead into turn 2 at the start of Tamburello, and Polo tried to fight, and there was contact. There was more contact. Penguin got into a slide, but then Polo went around, and Fusion nowhere to go, because Polo was in a half slide, and Fusion nowhere to go, hits into Polo, and now that has resulted in Beatnik overtaking Fusion because Fusion has significant damage on the right wing.
Yeah, and that's gonna pretty much infuriate Polo. We'll have to get his thoughts on his Twitch stream as he gets another penalty. As white flag, white flag, white flag! 1 to go, presented by Lenovo. As Night Owl is overtaking Lennon for the second place spot. So the live standings, what do they look like, Titan? Polo is out of this race. Retiring in the pits.
I mean, you gotta feel for him. Fusion just got himself another penalty.
Oh.
Exiting Villeneuve.
Oh no. That is not good for Little Fusion's case, as the live penalty standings, he currently has 9. That would mean J&T would probably jump up into 7th. Oh, this is huge.
Yeah, very
Reese
much
Dainty,
so.
rounding the last set of corners. With the 6 seconds of penalties, you thought it was going to be unlikely that he would see the victory lane circle. But he's going to see it. And Imola, Reese Dainty, your winner of the MSC Cruises Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Night Owl going to come home 5.5 seconds behind Reese Dainty after the penalties have been applied. But just wait a minute as Beatnik is finished forward! Come on! JNT 7th, Penguin Mintoki 6th, Little Fusion 8th, Ordell 9th, Timbed 10th. Double Aston Martin points as Josh 433 coming home in 11th for Haas.
Wow.
And Ryan Searles 13th.
My,
What a race.
my. What a race. What a little mess there.
Game is giving driver of the day to J&T, but I'm going to give it to Night Owl for avoiding the penalties. Your race results, there's a lot of black and gray.
I'm gonna give it.
Handed out.
I'm gonna get the driver of the day to Beatnik, honestly. And
yeah,
I called it
ninth
dead
to
on.
fourth.
3 people with no track limit penalties.
Titan making the predictions happen. Holy cow! What a finish. J&T 14th to 7th. What a climb. Holy crap. Yeah, I'll switch my driver of the day vote and make it both V-Carbs, Beatnik and J&T, as both drivers of the day. Reese Dainty, your winner, clawing back at that championship lead. What a race in Imola. Painful day for the McLarens, as Sacred Silence said. Yeah, Biscuit lagging out. Fusion having that penalties. Yeah, it was a little bit painful. As Night Owl complimenting Reese Dainty there, saying mega pace.
Oh yeah, it was definitely mega pace for sure in that regard. So let's see. So 35 points unofficially 35 points for Red Bull and 33 for Ferrari. So Ferrari gained 3 points on Red Bull, so they'll be 27 points behind unofficially in the constructor standings. And yeah, it is. Let's see. So 5. It's only 5. Okay, so So 28. No, wait. So, wait, no, 35. Yeah. Oh, wait. No, I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. Sorry. Red Bull actually gains 2 points on Ferrari, so Ferrari will be 32 points behind unofficially in the constructors. So it's 32 points. So that means yep. So unofficially, Ferrari 32 points behind in constructors, and McLaren are eliminated from the constructors championship results. So from winning it. And in the drivers' championship, unofficially, Reese is 33 points behind Night Owl in the drivers' championship, and in the Torn Penguin's case, he is exactly 52 points behind Night Owl. So he is still in contention, but Torn Penguin has to get max points and Night Owl to get absolutely nothing in the final 2 rounds.
Exactly. Yeah, all to play for in those last 2 rounds. As we, come to a conclusion of this live stream. Tier 2 next week, gonna be in Interlagos. Love that circuit. Tier 3, gonna be in Singapore. And Tier 1 tomorrow, it's gonna be in Vegas. Yes. So tune in for those streams, ladies and gentlemen. As we wrap up the stream from Imola, I'm Faded East Titan signing off. Good night.